Welcome back to Cape Media News. I'm Emily Tellick. Today we have with us Cindy from the Cape Cod Children's Place, and she's here to discuss the services they offer to our community and talk about the recent grant they were awarded by the Cape Cod Foundation. How are you doing today?
I'm well, thank you, Emily. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, thank you for joining. So for those not familiar, what are the services and programs that the Cape Cod Children's Place offers?
Cape Cod Children's Place has been here in East Hampshire. We're in our 25th year, and it started out as an early education center for the families on the Lower and Outer Cape. We continue to provide early education from infant to pre-K, as well as we are a family resource center, and we have many grants that fund us. And we also, so we work as family resource, providing both parent education, services, parent-child enrichment, literacy groups. We connect families to what they need in order to do their job. And we also run a grant called First Steps Together, working with families in recovery from some substance use disorder. So we do lots and lots of things. We really respond to whatever the community needs. That's what we do.
Mm-hmm. Well, happy 25 years. That is very exciting to hit that milestone. So recently, the Cape Cod Foundation awarded 8 nonprofits with a COVID-19 grant, and you guys were one of the ones who received that award. So what was that experience like, and what is the grant money going to go towards?
First of all, doing anything with the Cape Cod Foundation is just a really special experience, and Kristen O'Malley has, one of the first calls I got in the early weeks in March was from Kristen saying, what can we do? And in the immediate moment when March happened, my first instinct was food and basic needs for families. And as I was receiving small donations here and there, and I was using them to buy gift cards to Stop and Shop in local markets, because I knew that that's what families needed most. And when Kristen called, I said, we're really giving basic needs. We're talking diapers. We're talking, food was what we were doing. And so Kristen and I talked through it. And I was really so grateful when we were one of the awardees for this particular grant, because this is what families need. They need to know that they can reach out and get this kind of help with no questions asked, that this is just because you need it right now.
So obviously a lot of nonprofits and organizations have had to pivot since March, since the COVID-19 pandemic. So what was the pivoting situation like for the Cape Cod Children's Place?
Well, it was like we were driving down the road and then the road ended right there abruptly. And you're like, what? Where do we go? We pivoted very quickly to a virtual world. We provide that emotional support for families. They count on that for their socialization, not only for their children, but for the adults in the world. So we all of a sudden found ourselves learning the skills of Zoom and being safe with it and doing all kinds of things. We recognized I'm a little resistant to the social media world, but I know it's an important part of our world today. And so very quickly, Sarah Nitch, who's part of our team, said, Cindy, you got to get on there. So we started to really utilize things like Facebook and do a live post daily, just inspiring parents and caregivers that this is hard and that you're not alone. So we pivoted everything online, and then we started to create kits for activities for parents and children. And so we started, some of them were drop-offs, some of them were drive-bys or arranging, and we worked closely with the health departments in the different towns that we serve to make sure that we were doing everything safely. And so we continue. We just this past week did a distribution of kindergarten ready kits for families. The children are starting to really be ready for that experience. And that's what our pivot looked like. We kind of, something needed to be done, and we figured out how to do it.
Mm-hmm. And so how can our viewers find out more information? Where's the best place to go for that?
Well, our website seems to be a great place to go at capecodchildrensplace.org. And, it'll guide you through that wherever we are. The other really important thing is I'm really old fashioned, and we are in this building at Cape Cod Children's Place Monday through Friday, 8 to 4-ish. So you can always pick up the phone and call, and there's going to be a human being that answers that phone, 508-240-3310.
Well, Cindy, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for the important work that you guys are doing at the Cape Cod Children's Place.
Thank you. It's a privilege to do this work.
For Cape Media News, I'm Emily Tellick.